But if you put it on the same, that's career mode. So all I got is the 3. No, but now it's showing more. Anyway, I should only be able to do Knoxville, Albuquerque, and Kansas City. So in career mode, I don't know why it's showing the other ones. But I'll go back to sandbox mode. Come on. If I switch it now. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, I can only do Albuquerque, Kansas City, and Knoxville. Knoxville's the beginning one that's only a level 8. Albuquerque's a level 8, and then Kansas City's a level 9. Because Kansas City's got all different controllers. They get a hand planes off at different altitudes. So anyway, but if I put it back on sandbox, which is just practice. Come on. There. I can practice on St. Louis, which is the next level, would be level 10. Atlanta and Miami is level 12, so not even worried about her, not even thinking about doing those guys yet. So, yeah, anyway. Because, yeah, I'm still in developmental. Can't even talk. Alright, that was the duty desk, and I'll show you how to set all that up in a minute. My controller statistics. Last time I played was 8.5, so I had screwed up. And then this is my whole career. The blue is career. As you can tell, it's up and down on the career. Practice is pretty steady, but career I kind of do crazy things, so it's no wonder I probably don't get promoted. Anyway. And then you got program setting. You got your sound for you voices. You can speed them up, slow them down. If you speed it up.
Contact center on 123.65 Lair Gas, turn Alpha Mike Southwest 4875.
Or you can slow it down.
Turn left 345 vectors for Cadet Delta 1911.
Sounds like it's been on pot. So I usually have it about normal.
United 223. Traffic is 1 o'clock 12,000 opposite direction. RJ.
A little too fast for me.
Contact center on 123.65 Lair Jet 7 Alpha Mike.
And you got the ambiance, which is sound. That's it. You know, all the way down where you don't hear anything, but I like hearing the sound. Simulation radio operation, you can have that on or off. I always put it on. And the higher like the VHF effect is, the more trouble they have hearing you. Especially like the satellite airports, the farther out, it's really hard to hear them. Or for them to hear you. That's the equipment. There's nothing. And then the cockpit. And you can turn that sound down. You got that, you got your see, these are for the windows when you first start up. They'll show the communications history, which is that blue O that I usually have in the corner. And it shows what you're saying and what they're saying. So these are for the windows. And I always have it on the full data block, which is what the airplane calls themselves. And like that shows the altitude and that. So when I hand them off, if I got another plane or something like that, I can know who it is and where they're at and all that. It's just something I do. And then you can highlight the airspace they'll show, which I probably should do since I'm going to Kansas City. So I know what airspace is what. And then automatic handoffs when they get close to where you hand them off to center, they'll automatically switch over. I'm not sure what override position is. Alright, anyway. And then you also got your help where you can go to your tutorials, your video, shows you how to play. And then it's also got like your documents and your verbal command charts and airport charts. Come on. See what Seattle looks like. Because like I said, I've never done Seattle before, so this might be a boring video, so come on. I'm a very impatient person. Yeah, these are for like all your PDF files. It's got your voice commands. Tells you, what to do, what to say. To like turn left heading, fly heading. It's got all your commands. So usually what I do is I go open up another window and go to ATCpro and go through it that way. And that way I just downsize it, and when I need it, I just click on the internet and it pops up. Alright, enough of that. Alright, so you go to duty desk. This is the map of the airport. Right now it's got a bunch of rain and weather, but I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to have it clear since I'm beginning. So map display, you can have motion, and it shows the clouds, how they're moving. And during the game, the like storms and that stuff will actually advance across the map. But right now I don't need that. And then it shows on this map here, wind, the direction of the wind, airports, and your airspace. The airports, if you hover over them, they tell you your overcast, the altitude of the clouds, visibility, wind direction, temperature, and the altimeter. So, and then you got your weather down here. You got real world, which is what I usually play in. You just click on real world, and if there's any storms, it'll update storms and stuff like that. Or if it's warm. But I will go to generated, user generated. Go to sunshine, so you can go sunshine all the way up to storms. So you can have like partly cloudy, scattered clouds, overcast, etc. Shows the wind direction, and the black arrow always goes where the wind, so the wind's coming out of the north, so the black arrow points north. So let's see, which way do I want to have it? Sorry. The solid points south, so the wind's coming from the south. And I forgot the clouds were moving north. So the solid line you have pointing the direction you want the wind to come from. So for like north, you turn it north, and it tells you how the direction of the wind. And then you got your temperature. You can have it snow or sunny. So I'll have it up to about 74. Alright. And scroll down, hit OK, so that sets. There, see how everything's cleared now. Clear that. Clear that. Yeah, usually I do all this stuff before I start the video, so. Okay, the position, traffic. Now you can choose to have the traffic just come out of the main airport, which is Seattle, or you can have it off so it'll come out of all the airports. So I think I'll try just the airport. And then you got your departures. You got commercial. You can just have the commercial by the slider. Like 100% of the commercial will come out if you slide all these back down. But I'm going to go for all types of aircraft. So you got your commercial, corporate, general aviation, military, and custom. Don't have to really worry about arrivals because we're not doing that. So I'm going to slide all those off because I'm just doing departures. Now we'll get rid of a lot of the aircraft clutter because there'll be a bunch of green guys flying around. And the same thing about other. You got overflights, people just passing over the airport, and ground pattern, which are these little green asters that come out that represent planes, and they just circle the airport. Pretty much are a nuisance and get in the way. Alright, position selection. Oh, they got Seattle, and you got satellites. So, oh, they got more satellites than Kansas did. I'll leave them all on computer, because I'm not gonna mess with them. These are the guys you hand them off to, the certain sectors. I'll show you that in a minute. So it's all computer. What is this? Oh, because I was doing Knoxville, which was doing east and west. So I need, let's see, do I want to do east departure? And it lights, it highlights what area I control. West departure. I'll go with east. It looks a little not so many things to do there. Yeah. Alright. And then this here, it tells you the traffic flows to south, so the departures are heading south. The arrivals are coming in from the north. The primary airport is Seattle, which is KSEA. And it's got the departure runways. Seattle's got 3 runways. 16 left, 16 center, and 16 right are the departures. And the arrivals are 16 right, 16 center, and 16 left. And these are the aircraft that are coming in the next hour. You got commercial. You got 29 departing and 0 coming in because I got it all set for 0. So in the first numbers, the departures, next numbers, arrivals. So you got 29 departures, or commercials, 8 corporate, 49 general, and 2 military. And then this is a graph. And as before, if you turn them off, then the graph will show different things. See how the blue disappeared? Because blue is represented by the commercial. I took the commercial all the way down and it disappeared off the graph. So of course, the higher the peaks, the more aircraft, and the more like that's green, then it kind of like tapers down a little bit and increases again. So it'll get busy and then slow down and get busy again. And then you got your different time zones. You got like 1:30, 2 o'clock, and that's controlled over here by shift time. It's right now 13:54. So I always set it for an even number. But I'm going to start off kind of slow since, like I said, I'm still just learning this the first time I played Seattle. But see, like they show the different times, and then you can just move it like down towards 11:30 if you want to start off slow. And that's usually what I do. I hate jumping into it when it's really busy. Until I get to know the airport, then it's challenging that way. But at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, I'll go 6 o'clock. And no, because I don't know what airports are going to be coming out of. Yeah, what the hell? Try it anyway. Alright. Now in career mode, it'll only start at 7 to 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So you only got 12 hours playing the career mode. But in the sandbox, you can set it all the way back to midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever. And then you got the day. You got Saturday, all the way up to Monday, or Monday all the way to Saturday or Sunday. So I'll leave it on Saturday. Alrighty. And then begin your shift. Oh, I don't know why I'm so anal about that stuff. And begin your shift. Oh, I forgot to apply that. Dang it. I was wondering why it wasn't showing up my sector. Hold on, try it again. Sorry. At least this way I'll show you how you can go back to a time that you started. There we go. Now it's locked in. Alright, all you gotta do is right click on the time. And okay, we'll start at 5:53. Wait a minute. Was that 5:53? Alright, now it's loading up. Alright. You can zoom it in, zoom it out. I'll keep it there. And then you got your range markers, so I always keep mine at 10. So each ring is 10 miles. Except when you're around the airport, usually it's 5 miles. So it's 5 miles, then 10 miles. So it's usually like from the center to the second ring is 10 miles. You can also adjust move it around by playing with these. Or you can also do the knobs over here. They do the same thing. This shows the weather. If I had the weather on, it'd show the clouds. The number 1 shows the lightest clouds, and then 6 shows like bad thunderstorms and that. So you can adjust that. So I don't really need that on. I'm still learning what all these over on the left are, or right. Okay, map. It's a south flow. That's a north flow. It sets up a pattern different. So we'll go south flow. But I'll probably get rid of that because I have to learn the different controller areas. And then that's the airspace around the airport. And it shows what altitudes they've got to be in at the airport, above or below, I think. Anyway. And this shows like the high mountains and that stuff. I'll leave that on. No, because the other one, okay, never mind. I'm going to turn that off. Oh, I need that definitely because it's got the handoff frequencies for center. Don't need that. Don't need that. Oh, these are the airports, all the satellite airports around. I can leave that on. I think that's restricted airspace. And then these are the departures and arrival waypoints. I don't think I need the arrivals. I think it's just departure. Yep. Alright. Yeah, because I can zoom it in and out to see what they are. Let's see what's approaches. You go to Seattle, and then it's got your different setups for approaches. You got ILS, RNAV. So ILS, they show you the waypoints. You have the plane coming in, you tell them what waypoint to go to, and then intercept the ILS, and they'll pick up the ILS and take it on in. And then the RNAV. Same thing, you tell them to go to waypoints, but then they will descend along. It's pretty much like ILS, but it's just a tad different. Alright, oh, departures. I don't need. I'm really not sure what departures I need, so I should wait. See what that one looks like definitely. Yeah, I'll wait until I do the departures to see what they need, because they'll have it on the list. Alright, anyway. I'm turning the trail. Those are that blue line that's like dark and then fades, so I know what direction they're going in. And I definitely need that. Oh, airspace. Alright, since it's got north and south, so since it's a south flow, I use all the ones on the bottom that say south. So you got A. This is the airspace. Here, I'll zoom in. Yeah, the center right here where it says pause between the U and the S, those are the 3 runways. That's Seattle. This is the airspace. So the A controller handles everything from surface to 60. Down here, surface to 150. Let me move it over a little bit. Dang it. I need a new mouse. My mouse wheel is messing up. So yeah, he's got so if this is the only controller, I can, when he comes out, if they turn, I can go from anywhere 60 or surface to 60. So I can climb to 60,000. And then once he crosses over here, I can go to 90 because it's surface to 90 or surface to 150, but he's got to be past this middle line that's in between 90 and 150. So he's got to be up above that. Oh, dang it. Alright, the Y controller is so if the aircraft, well, that should be the West controller. I'm the East, so I don't have to worry about it. But anyway, this is the West controller, and where it says like below the paused 150 surface 150, that's that little triangle area in the center there. So if they come out of the airport and they're in my airspace and then I turn them, I have to hand them off. But I got to make sure they're at that altitude between surface and 60. So like right in that area, surface to 60. So to hand them off, I just keep them at 60,000 and hit the W button and hand them off. I don't know if this is making sense or not. I'm terrible to explain things. Okay, here's a good one. The E overlaps the A sector. So the A sector on it looks like it's just that one runway. It'd be 16 right? No, 16 left. So I got surface of 60, but then, dang it. Oh, now that pause is in the way. Dang it. Yeah, okay, that'll work. It's got 70 to 150, so the A controller goes from surface to 60, so I can climb them up to actual 699 or 6,900 without interfering. But if I go up to 7,000, then I get dinged for not handing them off. Yeah. So yeah, once it gets into this area, in my area, then I can climb them up to 100. Yeah, cause see, or I can go up to 9,900 as long as I keep them below 100 or 10,000. I mean, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Alright, let me back it up a little bit. Put everything back in the center. Okay, I don't know if you see it too. The gray area is the outside is other controllers. I just have this small black section. It goes up to where briefing is. It stops there and then it goes down just a little bit. So my area is the entire black area there. So really all I have to worry about is AE. Dang it. Okay. I have this game for 4 months and I still don't know how to operate it. Alright, A little bit of Y stretches into my area. E, don't have to worry about that. F, I got a section of F. A little bit of N. Looks like P. And definitely O. But that looks like that's more for approach. Alright, well, that's how you worry about the airspace. So, okay, we'll start and see what happens.
Seattle Airport is VFR running south slow. Altimeter is 2994 from due south. Departing runway 16 left, 16 center, 16 right. Okay, your scope.
Alright, I got two aircraft. They're on the right. Oh my God. They're on the left. It says flight plans in green. Those are the two aircraft coming out. And if you click on the facility information, they're on the right hand side. It's got the aircraft and what time they're supposed to be coming out. So the first one should be popping out any minute. Oh yeah, I forgot I set it back a little bit. So the first one should be coming out a minute after. And it's 5:54 now, so what, about another 8 minutes? 7 minutes? Yeah, 7 minutes. So one we're coming out at 1 after, and the next one 6 after, next one 8 after, 12 after, 17, like that. So, and then the arrivals are over on the other side, but I'm not worried about that right now. And these are the airports. Seattle, ATIS is W, so when the planes come in and contact the approach, they'll say they have information whiskey, which is the ATIS that gives them the weather, wind speed, altimeter, just the information they need for the airport. And this is showing the wind is it's clear. The wind is out of 186, which would be south west east. So it's barely almost due south. It's coming out of due south, but anyway, and it's at 4 miles per hour. It's got the temp is 73 degrees. And the altimeter is 2994. That's how you read them. 2994. You don't say 29.94. Just say 2994 if they need the information. And then you got your departing runways and your arriving runways. And then you got all the different airports. They have the name and then what they are, PAE, because that shows up in the flight trips, and I'll show that when they take off. Actually, I'll worry about that when I do arrivals. I'll just leave that alone. And you got different aircraft you can look at because it's got their climb and descent speeds and their ceilings. Except most of the time, since you're doing the Tracon, you're just doing like a small 30-mile, 40-mile area around the airport. So you never really get them up that high. Knoxville's up to 10. Albuquerque, I can take them up to flight level 20,000, and I think Kansas City was 15. Anyway, and then you also got the pronunciation, the waypoints that they depart at. It tells you how to say their names. So I'll have to do a lot of looking up on that because, like I said, this is the first time I'm doing Seattle, so I'm not used to it. Alright, should be coming out here in a minute. It's showing the time up here, up in the upper left. It says 1300. They go by Zulu time, which is a line over by England.
The home airport is VFR. Operating flow. Altimeter is 29994. Fully staffed. Runways 16 right, 16 left and use.
Alright, now the one guy switched over to the right, so that means he's contacting the tower. He should be coming out any minute, or any second. Well, speaking of which, I forgot to see if make sure I got the right. Oh, I'm the A controller, so maybe they're trying to tell me something. I'm the S controller. Alright, slow it back down. I can tell right now I'm probably going to have trouble because he's right on the line if you don't hand him off. These Kansas City, when they're eastbound, if you don't hand them off right away, by the time they contact you, you're already violating because you didn't hand them off. Yeah, they already handed them off.
Courier 234 Heavy Radar contact. Proceed direct Richard. Join the Bangor 7 departure.
Thought they just said for them to go to Bangor. So I might as well see what that is. Bangor, there it is. Yeah, now you can have them go to different waypoints. If it's really busy, you can have them just follow it.
Heavy climb and maintain 6,000.
Or you can have them go to a waypoint and then tell them to follow. So you can tell them to go to, like, if there was a waypoint called Sticky, tell them to go direct to Sticky, follow Bangor out, so then they'll go to the Sticky waypoint, and as soon as they hit that, then they'll start following the line. Well, since I've got a smaller airspace, I can zoom in a little bit more. Come on.
Courier 234 Heavy climb and maintain 7,000.
So I told you this was probably going to be boring. That was one thing bad, they don't really show what aircraft's coming out, going to what direction. Yeah, the reason why you're hearing the other voice, that's supposed to be like the next controller. They usually set together close. That way they can tell each other what's going
Courier
on.
234 Heavy climb and maintain 9,000.
Yeah, I sped it up.
Courier 234 Heavy climb and maintain 6,300. Scoring air 234, heavy climb and maintain 15,000.
Yeah, see, they kept him at one altitude. Now he's over in another altitude and he's climbing. Yeah, because he's above this controller's airspace.
Alaska 200 radar contact, proceed direct Richard. Join the Herald for departure. Alaska 200 climb and maintain 15,000.
Yeah, they tell him to go to Richard, so Richard's the waypoint where and then it angles off. Richard's the next one. It's right at that 5-mile circle. So he'll go to Richard and then follow that out. See, maybe I should have tried the West controller. Yeah, there you go. They call it HAROBA. So it's Harbo
Alaska
4.
81 radar contact, proceed direct Rendy. Join the Bangor 7 departure. Scoring air 234, heavy contact Seattle center on 125.1 good day.
Come on, nobody wants to play with me.
Alaska 81 climb and maintain 15,000.
Yeah, well, I might as well watch them do it so I know. See, they're keeping him since the other guy is on the pretty much the same path. That way they don't get close. So then he should turn, and then he'll turn and go up like the other one did. He's at 55. Then you got 30 to 150, 30 to 70.
Alaska 200 contact Seattle center on 128.3 good day. Alaska 296 radar contact, proceed direct Rendy. Join the Herald for departure.
Oh, there it is. 128.3 is that's the number there.
Alaska 296 climb and maintain 6,000.
What? Nobody's gonna come my way, huh? Maybe I'll have to do the West controller.
Alaska 296 climb and maintain 15,000. Alaska 81, contact Seattle Center on 125.1. Good day. Southwest 3815, radar contact. Proceed direct friendly. Join the Harrod
Oh,
Ford
they're
departure.
not gonna let me do anything. Maybe you have to be qualified to... Here, let me switch over to the West controller.
Alaska 296, contact Seattle Center on 128.3. Good day.
Come on. Come on, come on, come on. I just need to switch position, see if... No, I said I'll go away from me.
Seattle Airport is the FR, running south flow. Altimeter is 29094. Reduced staff. Departing runways. 16 left, 16 center, 16 right. Okay, your scope.
Come on, where's the numbers at? No, they are on there. I was overlooking them. Come on. Yeah, I apologize for this.
Seattle departure, good morning. Korean Air 234 Heavy is with you, climbing out of 1,200 for 5,000.
Alright. See, it was green when he came out, and then it turned white. That's why you look and you can see the first, the number is the ident, so you know who's, and it shows where he's going. So I know that it already did it, but it's going to areas. Alright, like I said, the third column on the white flight strip, it's underneath the departures, and these are called flight strips. The first one, the KL234, that's the aircraft that's coming out, their call sign, and then it tells you what it is. Underneath it says a Boeing 747. It's also on the data tag, right below the pause. It's got B744, so that's a Boeing 747. And then it's got where it's going is R, which is up here. You look down here in the first column, it's got the SAC. You go down to R, and it's the RE or whatever, RE. Oh shoot, I wanted it back up. Oh well. The third column, it says KSEA. That's coming out of Seattle, and then it's going to the which way it's departing, the waypoint is departing. And then sometimes, like they got here, it says the Banger 7, so that means it's got a route that's the departure route that it wants to fly. Some of the smaller planes will just give like a bunch of weird small routes which aren't on here, so you just like vector them out. Because usually they'll have the waypoint where they want to go. So you can either tell them to go direct or tell them to turn right 247 and head them that way or whatever. So okay, so we know it's Bangor 7. So there's Bangor 7. Pronunciations. Here it is, Bangor 7. See, it's Bangre 7. So it's, and then they get the pronunciation, how to say it. So it's Bangor 7. Like when I do the Kansas City, they have a A&P, and they pronounce it as Napoleon. And then they break down if it's a big long, like this one, the AW. It's Arlington. So that's how you say AW. So anybody that was going to AW, I don't know if it's on this one, but anybody's going on to AW, you tell them they can proceed direct to Arlington, and they'll head to that waypoint, AW. Anyway, so that's Bangor 7. What's the RE? Yeah, it's RE. So I can tell them either to follow Bangor 7, or I can tell them to turn and go direct to RE. There's also a waypoint down here. I think it's Richard. Shoot. Meant to look that one up. Richard, that's it. It's under the P. If you go straight down, there's a star on that line, and it's RICHR. So it's pronounced Richer. So I can tell them go direct Richer, join the Bangor 7. So he got different ways of doing it. And he's almost into another guy's area, so I gotta hurry up and do it. So what I'm probably gonna do is check to see airspace. So that's Y. Yeah, I can cut him across to Richard because he's got to be between 60 or surface to 60. By the time he gets here, he should be at least at 40, and then he can join. Well, I could have him go to Tomer. And once I know the names and that stuff of the waypoints, I can just tell them I won't have to go through all this. Tomry, that's it. Not Tomer, Tomry. Maybe I'll do that. And that is... oh, Korean Air. Cool. So I can tell them climb to 6,000, proceed direct to Tomry, join the Bangor 7. Korean Air 234, proceed direct to Tomry.
Korean Air 234 is a heavy. He didn't say heavy on his call sign.
Oh, he's heavy. Dang it, yes. I knew as soon as I said it. Yeah, see the H? Where it says 20H, that means he's a heavy. Because I think he's... yeah, I should have known when I said he's a Boeing 747. Different planes like Airbuses and like the Boeings. Some of the Boeings are heavy because they cause a lot of wake turbulence. And plus when they land, they're kind of heavy aircraft. But yeah, you have to say heavy. So I just got points deducted for that, for not saying heavy. Oh well, live and learn. I do that all the time, like a lot of the X's UPS and that one soda in Knoxville, which is a KC-135. I'll say heavy, heavy, and then I'll say like FedEx 632 contact, and as soon as I say it, I'm like, oh, forgot heavy. Korean Air 234 Heavy, proceed direct to Tomri, join the Bangor 7 departure.
Direct Tomri joining the Bangor 7 Korean Air 234 Heavy.
See, there. That's how you do it.
Late on your handoff for Korean Air 234. You need to get him to the next controller sooner.
Oh man, I forgot who. Oh, yeah, but oh yeah, they got overlap. Dang it. Alright. He's at 38. He says late handoff, so it's got to be at least 40. Nope. 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 Wasn't him. Nope. Nope. Oh, surface stuff. That makes sense. I definitely hand him off to K. I don't know who to hand him off to. Okay, he's Y. I got. Oh. Yeah, he's more into the. This one sector is 40,000 to 70 is below it. So I need to hand him off to somebody. Was it N? Definitely have to hand him off to. The only one I see is N.
Seattle Airport is the FR, operating southflow. Altimeter is 290904, fully staffed. Departing runways, 16 left, 16 center, 16 right.
There he goes, now he's going to K. Korean Air 234 Heavy. Contact Seattle departure at 127.1. Korean Air 234 Heavy, contact Seattle at 127.1. Korean Air 234 Heavy, contact Seattle departure 127.1.
127.1, good day, Korean Air 234 Heavy.
Yeah, it's either just Seattle departure or Seattle arrival.
Seattle departure, good morning, Alaska 200 is with 1,400, 5,000.
he's going over here to Cairo. I'll just do a few of these because I know this is going to be a boring video. Plus I'll do a lot of mistakes. So. Cairo, yeah. Cairo. I'll just leave that up while I figure out who to departure routes. Oh, nope, I gotta. Oh, he's going to Harbor 4. Seattle. Bangor 7. Harbor 4. There we go. I can have him go to Richard. And to Cairo and out. Or I can just tell him to join the Harbor 4 departure. I think I'll do that. Oh, it's gonna be. Alright, I'll follow him along and I'll stop him because. Alaska 200, radar contact, proceed. Dang it.
Did you want line for Alaska 200?
Alaskan 200, join the Bangor 7 departure. Oh.
Say again for Alaska 200.
Alaskan 200, join the Harbor 4 departure.
Joining the Harold 4 Alaska 200.
Alright.
Late on your handoff for
Oh,
Alaska
man.
200. You need to get him to the next controller sooner.
Where's he at? 35. He's at 3,500. Oh, that's why I didn't hand him off to the A controller, because the A controller's at 150. He's going to be in his area. Dang it. Alright, at least I know that. And then who do I hand him off to? He'll be above the N controller. No, he should be W then. Dang it, I wasn't paying attention about that. Actually, the A controller should hand him off to the next one. Alaskan Air 200, contact Seattle departure 119.2.
Seattle departure on 119.2 Alaska 200.
Yeah, if I would have had him direct, I would have cut him out completely. Try it with the
Alaska
next guy.
200 Seattle departure, roger. Climb and maintain 15,000.
See if I can do it without pausing this time.
Seattle departure, good morning Alaska 81 is with you 1,300 for 5,000.
Alaska 200 contact Seattle approach on 125.6.
Alaskan 81, Seattle departure, radar contact. Join the Bangor 7 departure.
Join the Bangor 7 departure Alaska 81.
Oh, I said radar contact, that's why I cleared it. I was trying to get him to hand off. But then as soon as you say radar contact, he clears. Damn it, he did it again. There he goes. Alaskan 81, contact Seattle departure 119.2.
Did you want CLAC for Alaska 81?
Alaskan 81, contact Seattle departure 119.2.
Seattle departure on 119.2. Good day, Alaska 81.
Alaska 81, Seattle departure, roger. Alaska
Yeah,
81,
off
climb
to
and
me.
maintain 15,000.
Here's W. 125.6, but oh, there's W. I don't know if I'm supposed to take them or not. Usually when they flash like that.
Alaska 81, contact Seattle departure on 120.4.
Seattle departure, Alaska 200 is with you 9,400 for 15,000.
Seattle departure, Alaska 81 is with you, climbing out of 5,500 for 15,000.
Oh, that's the reason why. When they went into the other airspace, they went ahead and climbed them up to 15,000. 15,000. I always say that wrong. Yeah, so they'll be climbing through everybody else's airspace, so should be good. Yeah, so I should be able to take them all the way out then. Alright. So, then I'll show you how you figure out who to hand them off to, because they'll start flashing. Alaska 200, Seattle departure radar contact. Alaska 81, Seattle radar contact.
Did you want Seattle for Alaska 81?
Negative. Oh, Alaskan 81, negative. When the first Alaskan gets to the waypoint and starts turning, I'll hand him off. Well, I don't know how high. I wonder if I can have him go higher. Alaskan 200, climb, maintain flight level 200.
Repeat the last for Alaska 200.
Alaskan 200, climb, maintain flight level 200.
Repeat the last for Alaska 200.
Nope, I can't do that. So 15,000 is as high as I can go, I guess. Alright, now oh, where's the numbers at? Okay, where it says CO2 on the bottom of his tag, he's got the Alaskan 200, and then it says C02. Well, down here at there's a number right above the communication history. It says ZSECO2, so that's where he's going to CO2. So I hand him off to 128.3. All of them around here's got it. Like up here's CO3, where the Korean Air 234 is departing. It's a CO3, so it's 12.5. And then over here C31, and then there should be another one down here. I might have to zoom out. Anyway, so that's how you figure out finally who to hand them off to. Wait. Where are you going? Oh, you're going to Bangor. I'm a dumbass.
Seattle departure Alaska 296 is with you climbing out at 1,400 for 5,000.
Alaska 296 Seattle departure radar contact. Join the Harbor 4 departure.
Joining the Harold 4 Alaska 296.
Alaskan 200 contact Seattle Center 128.3.
128.3 today, Alaska 200.
Alright. One gone. If I can get just dinged for like stupid not handing them off instead of running them into the ground, I'm pretty happy, because that's usually, since I've been doing it, I said I had this about 4 months, and at first, man, I was running them into the ground and wasn't paying attention, because sometimes you'll tell them to climb and they'll descend, or they won't climb. So here the past couple of months, the only violations is not calling people heavy and just late handoffs and handing them off to the wrong frequency. Big improvement. I got talking and forgot I was going to hand him off. Alaskan 296 contact Seattle departure 119.2.
Seattle departure on 119.2 Alaska 296.
Alaska 296 Seattle departure, good morning, climb and maintain 15,000.
Yeah, okay, they climbed them 115,000, so they kick them back to me and I could take them all the way.
Alaska 296, contact Seattle approach on 125.6.
Yeah, because everybody else is low, so... Alright, cool. Yeah, he's got to go up to this, because the W controller has everything from 8,000 to 150. You already told him to go up to 150, so... Because the A controller has surface to 150, so if you tell them to climb to 150, he can, and he hands them off. You know, the W controller's handing them off to me. At least he was. See, there's a C03.
Seattle departure, good morning, Alaska 296 is with you climbing out of 7,100 for 15,000.
AC81 contact Seattle Center 125.1.
125.1 Alaska 81.
Alaskan 296 radar contact. See, it doesn't take much to get a hang of it once you start. It's just having to pause it and try to remember who to do it once you do it enough times. That's like with the whole game. There's a lot of the same phraseology and stuff you gotta say, and it's just learning it. Like, I'm still having trouble about traffic advisories. Because I know it's like Boeing or Southwest 242 traffic alert, or Boeing. See, I'm getting it messed up. Southwest 242 traffic. Tell them the direction, like 12 o'clock. 8 miles, heading west, southwest, or you say Boeing 737 8000. But it takes me forever to say it because like that I get all jumbled. But once I say it enough times, then I could probably nail it. And I'll do a couple more and then I'm going to stop.
Seattle departure Southwest 3815 is with you out at 1,300 for 5,000.
Southwest 3815, Seattle departure radar contact. Dang it. Southwest 3815, proceed direct to Richard. Join the Harbor 4 departure.
Direct Richard joining the Harold 4 Southwest 3815.
Alright, before he cuts across, let me... Was that the N controller? W. Alright, he's below, he's at 25, so that's below the 70, so it's not W. Yeah, I bet you it is the N. I'm gonna try the N, not the A. He's got... if I have him climb though, if I tell him to go 6,000, it should be okay. Yeah, because the N is at 3,000 by the time he gets to Richard. So if I have him, yeah, I'll do that. Dang it. Southwest 3815, climb, maintain 6,000.
Climb and maintain 6,000, Southwest 3815.
Alright, see if I get nailed for this. Alright, he's at 30, 31. See, I get busy with another plane and forget to hand him off. Alaska 296, contact Seattle to Center 128.3.
128.3 today, Alaska 296.
If it gets up to 60, I won't hand him off anyone. Alright, I shouldn't have to hand him off. Except to Center when he gets down here. Oh, instead of Center, maybe I should be handing him off to the K controller, because that's his area. Okay, well, I'll try it with Southwest. I know, now I'm talking to myself out loud. Because a lot of
Seattle
times,
departure, good morning, Alaska 602 is with you, 1,300 for 5,000.
Alaskan 602, Seattle departure, radar contact, climb, maintain 6,000, proceed direct to Richard, join the Harbor 4 departure.
Climb and maintain 6,000, direct Richard, join the Harrop for Alaska 602.
Yeah, with this game you can only give them like 3 commands, so if I wanted to give them another 4th command, like to slow down, speed up, I'd have to let go of the mic key, wait a second, and then tell them to speed up or slow down. Alright, Southwest, I'll hand you off to the K controller instead of center. Yeah, I've never seen that before. Usually, like, everybody's airspace stops at the edge of the control area. Yeah, it still worked. They were handing them off to the center. I should be able to climb them. Yeah, I'll try to climb them. Southwest 3815, climb, maintain 15,000.
Seattle departure, good morning, Alaska 342 is with you, 1,400 for 5,000. Climbing to 15,000, Southwest 3815.
Alaskan 342, Seattle departure, radar contact, climb, maintain 6,000. Join the Harbor 4 departure.
Climb and maintain 6,000, joining the Harrop for Alaska 342.
Yeah, I didn't have him cut across because I want to give him some space between the two. Alaska 342, contact Seattle departure 119.2.
119 points to good day, Alaska 342.
At least see if the K controller takes them.
Alaska 342 Seattle departure, roger. Alaska 342 climb and maintain 15,000.
They're not going to take them, is he?
Boeing Field Airport is VFR. Operating flow. Altimeter is 29904. Police staff. Runway 13 right, 13 left in use.
Alaska 342 contact Seattle approach on 125.6, good day.
Nope. I guess I do hand him off to center. Alaskan 602, climb, maintain 15,000.
Up to 15,000, Alaska 602.
Southwest 3815, contact Seattle Center 128.3.
128.3, good day, Southwest 3815.
I guess I was doing it right the first time.
Alaska 342 contact Seattle departure on 120.4.
departure Alaska 342 is with you out of 6,900 for 15,000.
Alright, they already got him climbing to 15,000, so I don't have to do anything with them, so. Alaskan 342, Kansas City departure. Nah, not Kansas City. Alaskan 342, Seattle Center. Alaska 342, Seattle departure. Radar contact. Yeah, I was wondering if you play this and get a, because like at the end you get a CPC rating. And the other ones I got moved up to 9. Because you start off at 8 or 9, I can't remember anyway. That's what I was wondering, if you do Seattle and you keep doing it, if you get a rating increase in the practice mode. So you gotta do and play at least a little over an hour. And I started at what, 1350? I mean 1250, it's 1327. So I got a little less than a half hour. Maybe I'll keep going and see if I can boost up my rating. Cause I can't figure out any other way of doing it, because I've like done Seattle, or not Seattle, I've done Kansas City, Albuquerque, and Knoxville in bad weather. I've done RNAV approaches, ILS approaches, visual approaches, departures, everything, and can't get past the CPC rating of 9. So I don't know if you just gotta have the constant where, because if you've seen the career mode, it's up and down. So I don't know if I have to stay steady, like 95, 100%.
You need to hand off Alaska 602. He is outside of your airspace.
Oh shoot, see, I got busy talking. Dang it. God. And sitting here watching him go right into it too. Jeez. Alaskan 602, contact Kansas City. Alaskan 602, contact Seattle Center 128.3.
Did you want for Alaska 602, 128.3?
Alaskan 342, contact Seattle Center 128.3.
Seattle Center on 128.3, good day, Alaska 342.
I thought this would be more complicated than what it actually is. It's pretty much Seattle, but it's... Or not Seattle, it is Seattle. God. It's like Kansas City, except Kansas City is really weird. They got like 20 to 30... Or no, they'll take off from the airport, you can go up to 4,000. But then you can't climb them. You gotta keep them at 4,000 all the way across until they get into your airspace, which is miles away. Yeah, it's 13:31. I'll go for another half hour. I'll stop at 1400 if I don't get any more violations. Because I think that's 3.
Seattle departure, good morning. Horizon Air 2329ers with you 1,100 for 5,000.
What was that? Alright, Horizon Air 2329. Seattle departure radar contact, climb, maintain 6,000. Proceed direct to Richard.
Airspace deviation, Sean. Horizon Air 2329, you cannot climb outside your airspace.
Oh, they came off the right or left. That's why I got a violation. Dang, I gotta pay attention. I forgot there's 3 runways. And it looks like the way he was over in the Y controller, so I can turn him, but I couldn't climb or like I just did. So that's why I got the violation. Horizon Air 2329, proceed direct to Richmond. Join the Harbor for departure.
Direct Richard, join the Harbor for departure. Horizon Air 2329er.
Or Richard, not Richmond. Or Richard. No, I might not get a rating at all. Because I think the heavy was 2 points. And then it's a point, that's 3.4. One, two. Lay it on your hand off, so that's 3. 4. Where's the heavy? I don't see the heavy. Oh, well, I shouldn't worry about it. Shoot, who did I hand him off to? That's why I have him climb to 60. I shouldn't have to hand him off to anybody. Yeah, it should be good. Damn it, why can I not remember? Is that Frontier? Horizon? Damn it. Horizon 2329, climb, maintain 15,000.
15,000, Horizon Air 2329er.
want to get my rating up higher and try Atlanta. That's going to be fun. And then Miami, I think you got Miami and Fort Lauderdale or something. There's two major airports that are in the same area that share the same airspace, kind of like New York, with JFK, LaGuardia. Oh, what's the other one? Dang it. Yeah, this is why I like having it so that the smaller planes and satellites, because that way it keeps you occupied while you're waiting for the next plane to come out of Seattle. Horizon 2329, contact Seattle Center 128.3.
128.3, good day, Horizon Air 2329.
Yay, I remembered him. Her.
Seattle departure, good morning, citation, November 384 Tango Charlie is with you, 1,400 for 5,000.
Citation 4 Tango Charlie. Citation 4 Tango Charlie, Seattle departure radar contact. Join the Banger 7 departure.
Join the Banger 7 departure, citation 4 Tango Charlie.
Citation 4 Tango Charlie, contact Seattle approach departure 119.2.
Repeat the last for citation 4 Tango Charlie.
Citation 4 Tango Charlie, contact Atlanta approach 119.2.
Repeat the last for citation 4 Tango Charlie.
Departure. Citation 4 Tango Charlie, contact Atlanta departure 119.2.
Did you want line for citation 4 Tango Charlie 119.2?
Citation 4 Tango Charlie, Seattle departure, good morning.
Are they going to hand them back to me?
Citation 4 Tango Charlie, contact Seattle departure on 120.4, climb and maintain 15,000.
Oh cool, they told them to climb.
Seattle departure citation, November 384 Tango Charlie is with you climbing out of 5,100 for 15,000.
Citation 4 Tango Charlie, Knoxville departure radar. Dang it. Citation 4 Tango Charlie, Seattle departure radar contact. He's above that.
Seattle departure, good morning. Alaska 823 is with you out of 1,300 for 5,000.
Alaska 823, Seattle depart. Alaska 823, Seattle departure radar contact. Climb maintain 6,000.
6,000 Alaska 823.
Alaskan 823, join the Bangers 5 departure. Oh, it's Harbor 4, dang it. Alaska 823, join the Harbor 4 departure.
Join the Harbor 4 departure, Alaska 823.
Shoot. Citation 4 Tango Charlie, contact Seattle departure. Dang it. Citation 4 Tango Charlie, contact Seattle approach 1125.6.
125.6 route day citation for
Let's
Tango
go down
Charlie.
Yes, he wasn't climbing fast enough to get up over, so I had to hand him off. There he goes. Now he should be good. Yep, K is above K, so.
Seattle departure, good morning citation, November 384 Tango Charlie is with you out of 9,700 for 15,000.
Yeah, I don't think I had to hand him off at the W, but. Citation 4 Tango Charlie, radar contact.
Seattle Airport is VFR. Running south flow. Altimeter is 2994. Fully staffed. Departing runways 16 left, 16 center, 16 right. Alright, in about 15 minutes I'll stop. Except there's nobody coming out, so I might speed it up.
Citation 4 Tango Charlie, contact. Dang it. Citation 4 Tango Charlie, contact Seattle Center 125.1.
Seattle Center on 125.1, citation for Tango Charlie.
Yeah, I lost the frequency there for a second. Yeah, Southwest is supposed to come out for another 12 minutes? 13 minutes. Well, if there's no aircraft, I can't get any violations. If I go back at the exact same time on the Saturday, then the exact same planes would be coming out, the Korean Air Heavy and all that. So, air share, God. Alaska 823, contact Kansas. Alaska 823, contact Seattle Center 128.3.
Seattle Center on 128.3. Good day, Alaska 823.
Yeah, if these were real pilots I'm talking to, they'd be going, God, what a moron. Alright, let's speed it up, see what happens. Because I think you gotta have over an hour before it registers as a... to get your rating in that, or if you don't get a rating. Yeah, doing this where you just have the departures, it's kind of boring because they pretty much stay to a route. But if you do the satellites and that stuff, you got mountains and hills that you gotta turn them around, and then you can't climb them on some because somebody else's airspace. So, like I said, the plane's coming out of Seattle. It's kind of boring because they just pretty much follow a route, but you got those, and then when you got the smaller ones, it makes it more challenging. At least Seattle, I've learned pretty quick on how to handle it. Man, Kansas City, when I first did that, there's no real explanation about the different controllers and that. Just see a bunch of numbers on the side, wasn't even thinking. And it took me a good month and a half to figure that one out. I was getting frustrated with it, so I'd go back to Albuquerque and Knoxville. And I didn't really start figuring it out till last month. Oh, I forgot to put change the description on the live stream. I think I still got Knoxville on there. Yeah, I kind of hated Kansas City until I figured it out, and now I kind of like it. Because like I said, can't climb planes at a certain time. They got to get to a certain area, and then you can climb them and hand them off, and that kind of makes it fun. Yeah, probably just stick to departures for a while, and then I'll add the satellite. I'll do that for a while, and then I'll do the approaches. Then I'll try to combine everything. Except this might really overwhelm me. It looks like it's going to be a lot of work. I've been playing for an hour. Just give it a couple more minutes, and then I'll stop. Because I want to see if I get a rating or not. Yeah, like I said, I scrolled. Well, I'm gonna say that a lot, don't I? Like I said, I scrolled down. I couldn't find the but the heavy. That was it towards the beginning of the game. Oh, that's why. Okay. Yep, there it is. Yeah, I had the communication history down. I couldn't scroll all the way down. There he is. So I think that'd be 2 points. 1 point, so there's 3, 4. Five, 6, 7. Yeah, if I stay above 90, I'll be happy. Alright. It's 2 o'clock, so. Oh, I did. See it at 92. Oh, heavy's 5 points. 5 points. Oh, the airspace is 2.5. Oh, the call sign's 0.5. I thought it was 5. I can't read. Because I was trying to figure out, I was like, wait, that doesn't add up to 100. But yeah, it's 0.5. Okay, well, I stayed above 90, so I'm happy about that. Especially the first time playing it. Kansas City, I was like 73, 72 every time I played that stupid. So first time doing Seattle, I'm happy. Happy. 16 aircraft. 13 simulations. 13 commercial. 3 corporate. Alright, I can live with that. Alright, if you happen to watch, I appreciate it. Don't know if I might go live tonight. I'm not sure. If I do, it'll probably be Knoxville. I've been having trouble with Knoxville. Every time I try to do both the east and west controllers, it crashes. So I might try it. I'm gonna get something to eat first. Alright, again, if you're watching this, I appreciate it. And have a good night.